color me yo. Have you ever wonder why people always come? Have you ever wonder why Akwa Ibom is so sweet? Have you ever wonder why football they play for EA like fire? My brother, color me orange. Yeah. Listen to me, see. If you spell it A-K-W-A-I-B-O-M, the boy in Akwa Ibom State to be this year, brother. That color me orange. Yeah. And no sokorom feel.
Why you color me yo? Why you color me? Orange is my color. Yes, greatness in the nature. If I color me yo. Why you color me? If I color me yo. Orange is my color. Yes, greatness in the nature. If I color me yo.
And who for the and the very good. Because I will guide the one bazaar, my boy and say the going never said. If you like my style, if you love Ibom City, make you dance, make you rock, make you wind your waist. In our style, color me,
Ice King #1. Music na my bullion band. America, the end the story. Bassey, I give you all the glory. But you ain't gonna make walk my room. So I don't know. And you won't be going walk my room. See, sir, that kind of. Who can get it to me?
I be they do like you know. Akwa Ibom with the best, yeah. No. When it comes to love, women, food and culture, Akwa Ibom they on top, yo. You the brothers now we be the VIP. Akwa Ibom people we get the ability. From zero to hero now our identity. Hey, yo. Where you can go? If I color me yo. Why you color me? Orange is my color. Yes, greatness in the nature. If I color me yo. If I color me yo. Orange is my color. Yes, greatness in the nature. If I color me yo.
Anytime I look my left and right here, try. You make me want to shout lo lo lo. How you blessed us like this, yeah? Akwa Ibom, Daddy, I throw a salute you. But my God, He bless us, He bless. Our future is bright, yeah, He bright. Oh, Father is grateful, oh. Baba, all of me orange, yeah. Extra madana yara, oh yara Nigeria. Now you them send. If we say this orange is sour, you be winch, yo. Now, orange na positivity, creativity. Now just be a quiet for we honesty. On you go get a trillion again, no. What about you? You got the good one, yo. What about the man is saying?
If I color me yo. Why you color me? Orange is my color. There's greatness in the nature. If I color me yo.
I don't hear and finish. Waiting go be. Akwa Ibom for the world. Taking over. Legendary DJ Peter.
Mix.
And color me you. All right, welcome on the program today. Well, thank you for joining me today on the Ndito Akwa Ibom radio program here in London, United Kingdom. And if you are watching from the Facebook, well, share it with your contacts, ask them to join the program. And if you are listening to us on the radio, the same thing. Invite your friend to sit with you and listen to our program. Don't worry, sometimes we have an identity, we have a signature that we need to protect and we need to showcase, which is my language. So if you're listening listening to my voice and you don't understand my language, don't worry. Just get in touch with me after the program and I will teach you. But you need to pay some cash. Anyway, today we'll be broadcasting our live program on Okon Bakara Effect. That's in English and in my local dialects, whatever you may call it. So you just have to be with us, like I said earlier. And today we have 2 segments on the program, the interview segment and the report segment as well. So I promise you it's going to be very, very interesting because we have very special person on the program today. And I don't know, some of you maybe must have known him or not. Like me, I do have been watching this movie. Makes me laugh. You always play the naughty boy show side, you know. So I'm good young book and you do in But well, today he's here with us and then we'll be talking to us and about his career. And the phone line is open. So the WhatsApp number is on the screen here. So you can call in during the interview and ask him a question. Or you can send me your question, then I'll read the question. No, so it depends on which one you want to do or you prefer. Okay, my name is Edna, and we will go on a musical break. By the time we come back, I believe I could keep you saying guests. So from there, you will know who he is. Because for me, no one takes enough for no me say. Okay. Okay, thank you, and welcome back, and thank you for staying with us. Okay, now we have our guest joining us all the way from Ndito Akwa Ibom State. Let me tell you a little bit about this, our guest. Our guest is Bassey Okon Bassey. Is well known, you know, as someone who has been playing a lot of bad boys on the movie, Nigerian Nollywood movies, you know, whatever they call them in that area. Fine, it's all the same thing. Okay, multi-talented Nollywood actor with over 3 decades of steadfast practice of the arts and entertainment on the local and international platform. Wow, I didn't even know about that. He preferred to be called Mbo. So he's going to be telling us how come about the name. This guy is everywhere, I'm telling you. He has, what am I going to say? theater, television, radio production, film, festival, and event management, producer, project consultant. Too much in one's little brain. Too much. There's a lot of things there. Oh God, have mercy. Okay, Miss Bassey Okon was born in Lagos and is an Aron man. So he's from Uboro village in Rofong, Oluko, local government area of Akwa Ibom State. I don't really happy with it. I hope
Yep.
He attended University of Ibadan. That's where he studied theater arts. Okay. All right. You can see my partner is there. I will say so. Our other guest is there. And welcome on the show, Mr. Bassey.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be on your show, Ndito Akwa Ibom. Thank you.
Wow. You see, when I was small, I used to watch a movie, and I never knew you were from Akwa Ibom. I've never knew you were from Akwa Ibom. It was shocking when I
Well,
came to realize that. I
to the
was like,
glory of
wow.
God.
So, and just tell me, I mean, when did you start acting?
Well, it's a long story. Everybody's an actor until you get trained properly, and then you become a professional. Then you acquire the real title of a performer. Because if I say I'm an actor, it's pedestrian. Everybody can act. The market woman is an actor. Once you put a camera in front of her, the barber, man in the barber shop is an actor. So going back to your question, I formally started acting after high school. Of course, I was involved in what we call concert theater, playing with drama in high school, literary and debating, dramatic society, and all of that. But officially, after high school, I got on the national platform, the National Theater, in Lagos, and that's when I started doing professional jobs. In the 80s, early 80s.
Early. But what makes you go into that? Did you just have passion for acting?
Yes, growing up, to start with, I'll probably have to set a proper background here. I was born in Lagos, raised a little bit in Warri, and we came back to Lagos. I went to college in Ibadan, and then I left the country after some stints of my career blossoming. Me getting into acting, I developed this interest in watching characters like Chief Zebediah in New Masquerade, Jagadesh Okoya, Bassey Okon, who was then Jabadu of blessed memory, on the series Village Headmaster, and a few other TV programs. I started mimicking some of these characters, and I did them so well. A lot of people appreciated, my ability to come off, looking or sounding like these characters. So some of them started, poking me, saying, you should be an actor. But my parents wanted a lawyer, a doctor. You know how that story goes, But I fell in love for that. I believed I had the strength, the convincing ability. So I pursued that as a professional line.
And I heard you mention Bassey Okon earlier. Is that your uncle?
Oh, no, that's the character name in Village Headmaster, that was played by Jab Adu. May his soul rest in peace, is passed now, but he is a Yoruba man from Okon State who played the character Bassey Okon in the Village Headmaster. If you remember the program, it was the dude who owned the grocery shop where everybody, milled around in terms of gossip, latest information happening in in their little village there, the Oja village. So he's not a Calabar man, he's not an Akwa Ibomite, he's not from a Cross River, but because we had that uniqueness about us, being straightforward, being decent, being people's people, he played that, and then they projected the biblioethic, peculiarities, I should say.
Okay. Then how do you describe or how can you describe your acting style?
Wow, that's a rounded question. I hope we have time. My acting style is dictated by the role, the character, the challenges that needs to be surmounted. First and foremost, I'm a consummate Stanislavskian. A consummate Stanislavskian. Now you have two types of act characterization or acting players. You have the Stanislavskian. These are character players who internalize the character and then do everything, including research, to bring it to reality and make sure that people who are watching you, including your family members, forget that they know you in real life. Instead, they will see a transparent dichotomy between yourself, whom they know, and the character they're watching. And then you have the Grotowskian theater or characterization, which is you know, a character that you can just fake and play, you know, easily. So I approach all my characters from the Stanislavski concept. That's how I get my characters going.
Okay, I mean, are you working on any movie at the moment?
Yeah, presently we are bringing on, I'm not sure if I should put this out there, but it's also a good thing. There is this story that you have only two characters in the world that has ever happened to. Father Francis of France, who loved birds and had a relationship with animals, but birds in this case. But he didn't have an intimate relationship with birds like his compare in Oron, the Akwa Ibom character, who loved birds to a point that when he passed on, birds actually came down and took his coffin. Instead of burying him in Mother Earth, birds took his coffin high up there, and up till today, nobody knows where that coffin landed. That's a real life story that happened in Oron, Agatiudwesi, in Akwa Ibom State. We want to bring that movie to life. It's a true life story, and it's a timepiece. That's what I'm working on.
It's a true life story. When was that? Because is it like an?
This was in the 17th century, I must say. We were not, our parents were not born,
I don't want
I'm
it to
sure.
happen now.
But
God, it's very scary.
it's happened already, thank God. Yeah, it's happened already. So this is what movie does, you know, because at least in this 21st century, some of us are caught up in the Western, you know, type of entertainment, type of lifestyle, type of speak. You know, we're caught up in this Western way of doing stuff. We're losing the vital parts, the fabrics of our core selves, you know, to all of this. We're forgetting our history. Some of us are dumping our tradition, walking away and choosing the Western tradition and everything. So for me, it does not resonate well with me. So we need to go back home and get what's ours so we can use that to adjust the clock. Mindset reorientation.
Now
so
you're talking about tradition.
Sell our own stuff.
Now you're talking about tradition. You start like done tradition and all
Yeah.
that. But you have been speaking grammar since
Right.
you came on this program. You haven't no vocabulary, nothing at all.
Again, I will not apologize for that because it's a borrowed affectation, and that's because I lived in a particular environment for over double decades, double digits number of years, you know. So if you stay in a place for so long, this will happen. You know, if I lived in Oron, I bet you I'll sound differently. But don't ask me to speak Oron because I speak Oron very well. My parents made sure I never forget where I'm coming from.
Please, this is Ndito Akwa Ibom. This is Ndito Akwa Ibom. You can even the name can even tell you. Please speak Oron because I know what you were the first Oron person that I have on the show. I have one now. I have other, but you are the first Oron person. So please, we would like to hear.
I'm proud any day, anywhere you catch me. If I hear the dialect,
What did you?
I'm
What
coming
did you
out.
say?
I was speaking Oron, so
I haven't
go
had
ahead
a time for what you're saying.
And I bet you know they used to say we the Oronians, we are like Chinese people, you know. They say when you want to listen to an Oran man, and if he's not there, just pick up your cutlery and a china plate and start eating. And that's you will get the way we speak, which of course it's funny, you know. And
I
then
think
we're
you should
blessed to have.
consider producing a movie. Okay, you call Run now. Don't you think it's gonna be interesting?
Yes, this Okwabribong is going to be done in oral language because I'm absolutely 100 for the cultural, the traditional, you know, expose of what we have. You know, so we're not coming to do it in English. We will subtitle. If you remember very well, we watch some Chinese movies where we don't understand what they're saying. All we hear is chung chung chan chung chan chung chung chung, and then they go into a fight, and we enjoy them, whether we understand or not. Then they developed to a point where we started getting when they write it on the screen, you know, what do you call it? They put it up on the screen and we read as we go. So we can also do that for them when we speak our oral language. Thank you for the encouragement, though.
Okay. Okay. And then, okay. For all the roles that you have played in the past, which one is your favorite? Which one will you say, okay, I really enjoy this particular one?
Wow. You're sending me down memory lane in a nanosecond. What that will do, from the characters I've played on stage, because the real performer is the actor on stage, not this thing we're doing around here called home movie or home videos. You have a lot of people out there who don't know their left from their right, but because they have access to quick cash, they show up as actors. But you can always tell though the real from, you know, the fake. So I'll come from, you know, the stage angle. You know, I think my role as Okon in Things Fall Apart on stage stands out as one of my best so far.
Okay. I don't
Yeah.
think I've watched that before. Okay. Have you worked with any diverse group of people? Maybe like Yoruba, Hausa, you know,
Yes,
people with different tribes?
yes. Yes, to start with, I was raised in a multicultural, multi-traditional setup, so it's part of me. I, you know, flow seamlessly, you know, easily with everybody. So I've worked a lot in Lagos with different, you know, cultural people. I've done plays in Benin, you know, where I had to speak the Benin, you know, dialect. I worked with Benin people. I've worked with the Yoruba people. I've done strong Yoruba plays on stage, like the city of Lagos, we've done a lot of plays. I've done Igbo plays like Things Fall Apart I just mentioned. I've done a few stuff on radio drama with Hausa people. That's the northern part of Nigeria.
Really?
And then I've worked in areas like Nasarawa State, where at one point it was the fastest growing local government in Africa, if not the world. I'm being careful, you know, because but I'm sure positive it's in Africa. Then it was the fastest growing local government area. So what ultimately happened, you know, I had to produce a multicultural festival because the Queen of England, you know, showed up, and the then president, President Olusegun Obasanjo, wanted her to see the diversity of our culture and how we can use it as an instrument to deal or temper, you know, teach people peace and temper violence and chaos.
Wow. I think you got a lot history. I mean, so now, how do you relate with your fellow colleague? I mean, I'm talking about the ones that come from Akwa Ibom. Like, you know, we have Iniedo, we have Enebel Francis, we have Okon Lagos, we have Armstrong, we have what's the other girl's name?
Bees Benson,
Yeah, exactly.
Ememi
So,
Song,
mhm.
yes, Captain Bassey, and all of that.
So how do you
Yes, I
relate?
relate very well. I relate very, very well. And as a matter of fact, most of the names you have mentioned, I've had the privilege, a singular privilege of working with them. Some of them, most of them out there in Lagos. I'll say Kepi Ekpeyong Bassey. You know, we were on this program called Ripples, you know, produced by Zebe Jiro way back in the 90s. You know, I've worked with Liz Benson. Most recently, since I came back to Nigeria and relocated to Akwa Ibom, I've worked with Moses Armstrong, May Bishop, who is Okon Lagos. I've worked with Eve Esin. We've been on Aniebeth Francis's project, Ndom. You know, I relate well with them because they are professionals, and we meet, at a point where when the energies come together, I think we synergize pretty well.
Yeah, because we have these fantastic people in Akwa Ibom, with this, they're
That's
full
true.
of this talent. But you
That's
hardly
very
find
true.
Akwa Ibom movie. It's very, very hard for you to see. Even the one you're saying is maybe like the old ones, the old one. But if you go to Yoruba, you see Yoruba will produce proper Yoruba movie. Igbo will produce proper Igbo movies. But I don't
Right.
think we do have. I don't know what you and your colleagues are
Well,
thinking about
right.
such projects.
Okay. This is it's a very good angle that you've just raised. It's some kind of concerns that a lot of people have asked me about too. But the way I respond to that is this. You cannot, start running the same day you were given birth to. And we cannot, for instance, Nigeria cannot compete in terms of the level of development on any stage or stages, with the United States of America or the Great Britain for that matter. In Lagos, you have a potpourri of people from everywhere, and they built and developed the arts industry in Lagos. Now, it did not matter whether you were Igbo, Hausa, Yoruba, or Ijaw, but the Igbos woke up to it. The Yorubas, they break away. Of course, they started working, shaping their own industry. The Igbos picked up because they had activities going on. But we didn't have, a solid activity going or any kind of activity going on back here. We have cultural institutions and structures, but they are not, detailed. They don't have solid administrators, they don't have solid planners, they don't have encouragers or funders. So we all ran out there. So for Akwa Ibom to pick up right now, it's an encouragement, it's a plus. What we should worry about is training, getting our people to do the right thing. Of course, you have mediocres also strolling in because in their mind is a quick revenue or quick access to cash. Some are swindlers. They just go and get sponsors, but they don't, finish the job. Some produce and it's shoddy, but because Igbos, the Yorubas, the Hausas started, they had the same problem. They kept at it and developed it. So what particularly I am interested in is training and retraining, bringing our people, educating them through hands-on, skill, not just talking and not practice, not theory, speaking the books and let them, yeah, I say speaking the books, and they don't know how to do the practicals. We need to guide them, tell them the different stages and phases. For instance, we're working on this movie that I just told you about, Okon Ibom. For 2 months now, we're still on the developmental stage. After this developmental stage, we will move into pre-production. And from pre-production, you'll go to production. Production, you go to post-pro. Then you talk about, the exhibition, distribution, and all of that. It's 5 stages actually. But most of these guys don't know. Unfortunately, most of the guys who don't know have access to cash than the professionals. And for me, my case is particularly tight because I never settle with mediocres. So on my altar, professionalism cannot suffer to what do you call it, mediocrity. People give me, offers, and when I see that they're mediocres and they're not ready to listen, I turn it down. Like they say, I don't feel myself. Come chop, no become die. If your job ain't the standard that I'm used to, sir, please take a walk. Somebody else will pick it up. So as an Akwa Ibomite, I was raised to believe in quality, standard, and that's the same thing I want us to do back here.
Okay. Do you think you have progressed in your acting career as you have expected?
Yes, ma'am, I have more than progressed in my acting career. I started from somewhere, and I'm at a very level now, and I'm very comfortable. I'm very confident. You can wake me up anytime and challenge me, and I know by the grace of God, I will convince you beyond the reasonable doubt. This is the thing that took me, abroad. This is the same job I did in Switzerland, did in Germany, did in South Africa, and all of that. This is the same job I've done in America too, So professionally speaking, I'm very comfortable because unless there's something new, and if there's anything new, I'm right there with them to learn it so I can equally apply it to my art.
Okay. You say you're not just actor, you're also a movie producer. So can you tell us, not only me, how many movies have you produced so far?
Okay, so far I've done more of producing for stage, live theater. Again, like I said, I don't compromise. When mediocrity stares me in the face, I make sure I wait till it's right. So, and you have directors, you have producers like me everywhere in the world. They might be going for a long time until it is right. Example one, I will not compromise with any executive producer to bring out money to hire equipment, and maybe in the millions, but you cannot bring out money to pay actors. Actors pay bills. Actors pay rents. Actors go to the market. Actors buy detergent to wash their clothes. Actors
So are you
taxes.
saying Nigerian actors or actresses, they are not paying them well, or they don't pay them, they act for free?
Again, it's a universal problem, but most people right now act for free. And that's because there's no door on the structures. There's proliferation, nobody them. So I'll use this, I'll coin it for the first time. It's like having Fulani headsmen in the movie industry and in the entertainment industry, ravaging people, they just pick up. This is what I've seen in Akwa Ibom, even though I've seen it in Lagos. They give you transport money and they give you welfare. Then you have somebody on set, on location acting for the whole week. The quality of food most of these producers give these actors is not up to $1 if you want to check the real value of the quality of that food. Then they give them pittance, which is not enough for a ride, an Uber, as their transport money. And these people just don't care. They say, hey, I just want to show my face. That's why they treat them that way. But I insist. So the issue of payment right now, it's relative because some actors are getting their money because they know it's a business. But a larger percentage of these cats run around as actors, they ain't getting paid. That's the plain truth.
Wow. I never knew. I thought they used to pay them a lot of money, like hundreds of thousands and all that stuff. Not that some of them just act for free.
No.
But
You see
I
what
heard
they
somebody
say,
say one
faking it to
time
make it real.
that it helped them, to showcase them. You want to be like.
You see, there's nothing like helping to showcase. That's fraud. There's nothing like helping to showcase. You're helping me to showcase me, and you are investing your resources to showcase me. Are you expecting something back? Some of them, they get so much money back, and they are telling you that's brainwashing. And because most of these people are not formally trained, they don't know that's a business. They think it's just, and when you hear them talk, they say, I'm passionate about that. You are passionate, hungry go kill you. Say passion, money, they do. So Singapore is very passionate where there's business. Nigeria is passionate with oil to give everybody oil. Now we don't give them for free. We're collecting our money. So if a producer comes and says, I want to showcase you, to whose detriment or at whose detriment? The producer is using you to fill up programs in some other places. They're giving him money, and he's telling you, I'm showcasing you. Meanwhile, your shoe don't cut Bobby Brown. Some women say, no, you won't get money by bra.
But
and they're saying they're showcasing you, and they're doing it.
But this song, there are some of these women that came, maybe MID, they said, someone like you were a producer, And then we heard, not only me, I know people listening to me will know that some of the producer, like, more target, I know what, I need to sleep with you before I can give you this lead role, whatever, and then stuff like that.
That's no secret. That's no. I mean, that's everywhere. I mean, even in the U.S., even in the U.K., producers are still doing it up till now. And it only takes an empty-headed person who says she's an actor or he's an actor, because it's both ways now. Believe it or not, you have the fruity bots in Nigeria too. These girls just walk around and all they want to do is let the director call me that I should see him in his hotel room. There are tons of directors who, they don't do anything. Just call for audition. They don't have a plan to, they just select maybe as much girls as they want. But that's because the girls too want to offer themselves. A professionally trained actor, female actor, will never reduce herself, to that kind of rubbish. Even right now, some of our professional ladies who are high up there, popular as you may call it, stars as they deem themselves, they're still open to all of that. Their executive producers are laying them before they give them money. Some of them are, I beg to use that language, common and cheap prostitutes as stars. Because if you don't have to sleep with these guys, they don't get the money before they come and produce. So it's everywhere. It's sad though. We need to train and retrain and set that dial again.
But then that you said now they don't pay them. They don't pay you. You give out your body. But they're supposed to have something like a discipline in the industry.
Now I use an analogy.
You've been there for a very long time. Not now. You know
right.
in and out of this industry.
Right.
So I mean,
right.
You never a point in time you decided, you know what, we need to sanitize this thing. We need to put things right. This is not how things are supposed to do.
You see, one man cannot cook for the community, for the village. They will eat it. But if they cook for you, you can't finish it. These people, most times they say they are a cabal, and when they come together, they are stronger sometimes. So you have to be strategic in fighting, because that's what it is. To be honest, they have structures and they want to genuinely fight against all of this. But it's difficult. It's like saying these government guys shouldn't take bribes, but they're still doing it if they have to give you a contract. So if we cannot stop the governor from giving out a contract to favor somebody and getting his kickback, how are you going to fight one producer when the lady is ready to submit herself, to be slept with, to be abused, and not to be paid, but to still do the job? Some girls even travel, pay for their hotels, pay for their meals, do the job for free, get, abused or molested or used, and then they fare their way back. All they have to show is, I was in that movie, I played a lead role, the guy is such a sweet person. And you want me to go kill myself? I can only do my best when I have my own project doing. What I do is I make sure I watch against that. Nobody under my crew or my watch molests any woman, demands money from any woman or man. Everybody who works must be paid, and you must have a contract form. And if I see you step out of line, I'll take it up with you, because some of them don't know that you can sue them. That's because they don't get contract forms. They just verbalize it. Even with verbalizing, I can still sue you once it's agreed upon. So it takes a lot of training. It takes a lot of training.
It's very. I never knew. I never. That all those things.
Yeah, most people won't tell you this because they're guilty. I've had the privilege of producing in Lagos. I think this was in 2000. After I did the federal government inauguration play in 1999 in Abuja, when Obasanjo came in. In Lagos, I was privileged to have produced another thing that Switzerland Embassy sponsored. Then I think they gave 3 million naira. For the value of it, I think each actor then, I paid 75,000 naira. By the time I came back from the tour, some of my colleagues called me to the side and said, Bassey, do you know you're crazy? You have a problem. I said, why? How are you going to pay these people 75,000? You could have given them 10,000 each, and then go buy yourself a car, go rent a big 3 bedrooms, and start living large. My little answer was, my money for car and the big house is not in that budget. This is what I put on the budget and the proposal for the actors, and I'm gonna pay them like that because I've taken my own what I put, quoted for myself. They just looked at me like I'm crazy. I did it again in Akwa Ibom last year. I mean, this year I did it here, where I paid actors, like 75,000 to 125, some of them 200,000. They looked at me like, "Are you sure you're doing the arts or you're doing something else?" Because they've never seen it before. And these people I paid this money are not stars. They're not the big names you hear in Akwa Ibom. But I'm comfortable giving them that because actors worth much more than that. Actors ain't cheap.
Wow. Okay. And apart from acting movie, is there any organization or group outside maybe you are contributing towards me helping, maybe like in school or charity, anything like that?
Oh, well, I belong to a whole lot of organizations. I guess some of them are charity organizations.
What's the name?
Say that again.
What are the names of the charity organization you say you belongs to?
I mean, some of them they might not allow me to, put them out there. So I want to plead the fifth on that. It's something good that I should be able to do. But let me leave it out for now, since I don't want to answer the question. We didn't want you to talk about us because it's not because of that you went there. So I plead the fifth on that.
Okay. That's all. So now, what was the biggest audience you have ever performed in front of?
Oh man, I've always at one point in my career, which was the fledgling point, we were performing in front of high school kids and running a play twice a day for 21 days straight after having all nights for 30 days. It's always a joy to see the 50,000 capacity hall of the National Theatre Main Bowl auditorium in Nigeria, which is the biggest and the center for excellence, having a hall like that filled up to the brim and your audience listen and appreciate your art. So I've had, situations like that where I've had 5,000 capacity halls full, even more.
Okay. In which area would you like to be improved as an actor? You won't tell me you're perfect.
Say that again?
You're 100% perfect. Which area would you like to improve in your career?
Who influenced me?
No, I said, in what area would you like to improve in your career as an actor?
Oh, okay. Wow, that's a good question too. Well, you see, for the actor, he improves every day. If I have to zero it down, I want to say in my ability to use different voices. And they call them ventriloquists. Different voices convincingly. I know the strength of my voice right now, but I want to be able to play a voice that's very weak or play a female voice. So, I mean, you can do cartoons, and all of that, and do voiceovers for such movies, So I'd like to work on my voice. That's about the only area that I'd like to improve on. Everything else, by the grace of God.
Want to start speaking like a woman?
Not speaking like a woman, no. I said so I can do voiceovers. I wouldn't be walking around speaking like a woman.
I wouldn't be. I wouldn't be surprised if you had the second Bobrisky. Akwa Ibom
Bobrisky. Wow. There's no
we can
Bobrisky in
we
this,
can have
man.
a Kwame
Then
Bobrisky.
I'm into Bible, full fledged with it. No Bobrisky. Oh. Anybody will come down route, let's go get a good punch.
Yeah, I told
Hmm.
you, Bobrisky. It's,
Yeah. Bobrisky,
yeah.
Fire Brigade.
Okay. So, if you had to advise these upcoming actors or actresses, what will you advise them?
Right. I'll advise that they get trained and get trained, and stick for the best in terms of professional standard. That's why I'm not everywhere in every movie, because this concept about stardom and being a star, it has different interpretations in different heads. And some of us, even though we get blown so quick, don't know how to manage ourselves or comport ourselves. That's why you see the tabloid, loaded with funny stories about actors and actresses, because we can manage that office, but we're in a hurry to get there. It's like Bible say wisdom is needed, but understanding too. You better get it too. You know what I mean? So for me, I'll ask that they get trained, stick out for professional jobs, know the wolves in the industry, run when you see them, and demand your pay.
When you say demand your pay, what if they don't pay them? You say demand your pay. They're gonna demand.
Then don't do the job. Don't do the job. Go look for the next job.
And you don't want people to know them.
Besides
You don't want
that,
people to know them. They are celebrities. You don't want people to know them, especially these are ladies. Ntaka.
celebrities, they ain't no selling nothing. Celebrities, let me not break it down, man, because some will be mad. They ain't no celebrities. These people, they hardly have a pot to piece in. All they do is, fake it to make it. And there's a language going out on the street called packaging. So always nailed off on that, they make them look big, but I've always look more, then you start seeing the real side of them. Ain't no celebrity there. No, some of them are bereft of ideas. I tell you, like some of the ones we have here in Akwa Ibom, they have big offices, big names running around, intimidating people, but they cannot do one thing to reflect the offices they're holding. That's why Akwa Ibom arts organizations are weak, because some of them are using the arts here as political, chips. When they're going for elections, some of them are coming to tell actors to come and just dance and go away and vote, but there's no agenda to assist the arts. Some of them collect money from governors and political bigwigs, but they are not reinvesting in the arts. Some of them are given offices as SAs. They don't even know what they're supposed to be doing in the offices. So they sit around or sissy around or wipe the table with their butts for their officers, and they ain't doing nothing. I mean, I'm saying this, straight up, because it's the truth. Some will say, "Na lie, you the vex for the." I go vex for that, because you're leading the other artists, the younger ones who are not trained, astray. Because you make it look easy, and it's not easy. We know musicians in this town that some of these big wigs here will say, "See me at that hotel," or "Come and perform," or be the face of my company or the face or ambassador of a brand. All they're doing is taking advantage of these girls, give them peanuts, and then they'll go buy these leotards from Okrika and wear them looking tight like they're somebody. You want to get free? That's not what we need here. We need the real deal, because Akwa Ibom can show Nigeria the way to go. Akwa Ibom is blessed with resources. Akwa Ibom is blessed with intelligent people. Akwa Ibom is blessed with strong, hardworking men and women. Akwa Ibomites are God-fearing. We don't need these weak chains, a weak link on the chain to take us to where we're not supposed to be going. I mean, starting from all these politicians too. I mean, we're talking about the arts anyway.
Yeah, but anybody listening to you will say, "Oh, because he's a man, he's just being jealous because he's not working for him." I know that, but I can see that these actresses,
Yeah.
I mean, they are really making it a lot. They are being exposed. I know that,
Yes, it's usually the case, you know. It's like saying people telling you, why are you judging me? Who are you to judge me? Only God can judge. But the Bible says if you see a brother going the wrong way, you tell them, you know. And anybody who is intelligent enough to know that judgment is of God, the only time you're judging somebody is when you say to the person, you are going to end up in hellfire. You can't say that. But if I correct you and say, this is wrong, why don't you try it or do this way? And you say, I'm jealous, it's not working for me. When was the last time I begged you for food? When was the last time I asked you for transport money or my dry cleaner's bill? You know what I'm saying? I'm comfortable. That's what's important. You know, I'm very comfortable. I'm happy. You know, so if they say that, that's because that's all they have to say. These are weak minds anyway. So why pay attention to what they say? Just keep pushing on. Because anyway, we're all going to the same destination.
Wow. Okay. And because you have just less than 5 minutes to let you go, let's talk about concert. So, is there any way? Because I see, like a musician, Akwa Ibom, like Pastor Goody Goody, Sister Lototo, and the rest, they come together and do something. So, is there? And I believe that if you, like actresses, you know, in the Akwa Ibom state, they can come together and do something as well. I can even train people free. Like we talk about training. If you don't want to like concert, you know, you can train people
Right.
free of charge.
Right.
At least contribute to your own society.
Right.
Or would you like to be paid
it.
for that as well, to do that?
Well, everything incurs a bill whether you like it or not. And considering your level of comfort, you can decide to sacrifice. Some people sacrifice even when they don't have. And I've done that for a very long time. That's why I'm not out there on the street, because I'm about a mission. You know, even right now, I'm worried about community action development groups or agencies. Why should we for the governor to clean our gutters when you and me are the ones who drink the pure water, drink the bottled water, eat the cookies and the candies and the corns and everything, and dump them right there in the gutter? The government is giving you the gutters because you pay taxes, and now you block the gutter. Is it the governor that's going to walk around and pick those stuff? You are making the government waste your money again for you, and then you turn around and cry. So what we need to do, which is another thing I'm working on, is to re-energize, reorientate people within my local community, you know, and see how we can tidy up, because Akwa Ibom has always received, you know, this award for the best state in this country, the cleanest state, I must say, in this country for a long time, you know, and we need to keep it like that. It's an embarrassment to see beautiful work done by former governors and former politicians tidying up the whole place, and then we now embarrassingly turn ourselves to pigs and make the whole place look like a sty for pigs. Nah, we got to change that.
So are you saying that this present governor has not done anything or to maintain what the previous governor have done?
Well, if you want me to go there, we'll go there. Shoot, this present governor, what we get on the street, which of course is natural. Some people who are not of his party will cry that he's not working. But when you have people who are from his own party saying he's not doing anything, before I came to Nigeria, I heard the first 4 years was, my God, hunger and problems and hunger and all of that. Now it's how many months into these next 4 years? People are crying and screaming. And they're saying they don't need to see him again.
Are you not happy with the fact that there's no kidnapping? You are there. In Akwa Ibom, there's no kidnapping? Because I heard that...
No kidnapping. Where did kidnapping come from before? Were they not all in the same bed? They can be pointing no fingers to anybody and making the person look like the person used to be the only person who did it. They were all together. And who even say, or who even can point and say it was the other man that did it anyway? Has anybody come out to say that? So people shouldn't make one person look bad and make the other person look like a saint. You know, they're all in the same league. I ain't seen nothing yet.
Okay, what do you want to say to your fans before you leave?
Well, again, it's a pleasure to be on your show, and I appreciate this. To my people out there, please think hard, think Akwa Ibom. You know, whatever you can do, like our lovely sister Edna is doing, you know, project Akwa Ibom. Don't worry about the negative stuff you hear. It's the same way everywhere. Project Akwa Ibom. We from here, we will also do stuff to make you proud. It's not easy with a lot of people, but they keep pushing. We need the prayers, and then we need you to come back with ideas too like this to also encourage us, you know. That's all I'll say for now.
Okay, Mr. Bassey, thank you very much for being on the show today. I hope we still have you back some other time.
Thank you.
Oh, me. Marasu yore yang bang tongko.
K-Fathom Production.
Aneme. Atba. Imami ayaya. Oh, solo toto. Sound not brand no.
What do you carry the tell me to carry you go? What do you carry the tell me to carry you go? Now me love you, Basso.
Now me oh.
Now me feel you, Bass.
I love Africa.
Now me love you, Basso.
Ima.
Now me feel you, Bass. Now me love you, Bass. Your own no go pass away. Now me love you, Bass. Your own no go pass away. Oluwa go bless me and you. Sun go come for day. Night go pass away. I say I'm feeling your ways. I love the way that make me feel, baby. Love me jeje, love me tender. This the way we say no pretender. Love me jeje, love me tender. This the way we say no pretender. Love me jeje, love me tender. This the way we say no pretender. I say I'm feeling you die. The thing you carry. What do you carry? They tell me to carry you go. What do you carry? They tell me to carry you go. Now me love you, Basso.
Agenda.
Now me feel you, Bass.
I love Africa.
Now me love you, Basso.
Solo toto boye.
Now me feel you, Bass.
Mama yaya. Mama denge. Mama yaya. Oh. Nti baba yene pogen good. Nti nana pogen good. Your picture always on my mind, oh. Ama we swaggy them carrot, daddy them the young Kobe nemesis. Yummy, and they feel you die, yo. Kamita kisin nekelewa, kamita kisin nek makusa. Dobisen. Kamita kisin nekelewa, kamita kisin nek makusa. Dobisen.
What do you carry? They tell me to carry you go. What do you carry? They tell me to carry you go. Now me love you, Basso. Now me feel you, Bass. Now me love you, Basso. Now me feel you, Bass. What do you carry? They tell me to carry you go. What do you carry? They tell me to carry you go. Now me love you, Basso.
My man and kelewa.
Now me feel you, Bass. Now me love you, Basso.
Abudie.
Now me feel you, Bass.
Sleepy, alongside with sound notes, Solo Toto, and the level of Africa. You know how it is.
T-Piano on the mix.
Sang, man, busy. See you. Hey, did them? In the water, I come in, never die. Fight for me, my water, man, busy. I'm a day. Also, I go a day. Also, no friend, you're a day. Powder, come in, I don't know what to never day. Yeah, right now. I just got on the left right now. I'm so excited right now. I'm in the mood, I wanna party right now. Chillin' with my niggas like right now. We no send any bad belly right now. Turning up all night right now. There's no time, so I live my life right now. Someone get up, Eddie young min kamu boge hebi ba. Say me you fuck me. Isuki go be everywhere. Songi de medu ya you kete nangi de mi ba. Ndono, ngome mono. Ndaire ko budi oge di ongo si wongo. Classic menu could take it to see the onye menye mount on the back but they don't know. So some kind things no they trip me again. Some kind crooks no fit trick me again. Some of my old jams to the rent. Some of my old friends no they even fit see me again. I'm already used to the changes. Chilling with my real ones, no strangers. Mbake the first the thing go me young nanga. Edo junior the young sentanga. Ndi water idaga there. I talk me me tai daga drop. Fight for me mo water idaga do. Man busy aba water idaga do. Usuka to water idaga do. Usuka no friend young water idaga do. Ibaudo. Come young nanga. Adama wam for the blood tai idaga do. Yeah, right now. I just got an alert right now. I'm so excited right now. I'm in the mood, I wanna party right now. Chillin' with my niggas like right now. We no send any bad belly right now. Turning up all night right now. There's no time, so I live my life right now. I know all these fake people where they from select. Real nigga, I mean the girls they like select. You're very correct. I get money, come collect. Bang bang, the electrician make it who connect. Oh, I'm a blessing. Thank God for me. Bang give back who come back for me. I'm on myself na Naija breed. Mbang bonde tai walking to me. Started off in the hood, no food. Now I'm meeting with the people that I start with. It feels so good. Mbak able to see the must come food. So fresh and fly, looking so good. Mbam mianya tai dagado. You be Franklin and Tikoro tai dagado. Give up kiwe benne and yeki mani namado. Mbamaro Kenya ni bagi kana. Did them in the water tai dagado. I talk minya me tai dagado. Fight for me mo water tai dagado. Man busy about tai dagado. Usuka to tai dagado. Usuka no friend young tai dagado. Ibaudo. Come young nanga. Adama wam for the blood tai dagado. Yeah, right now. I just got an alert right now. I'm so excited right now. I'm in the mood, I wanna party right now. Chillin' with my niggas like right now. We no send any bad belly right now. Turning up all night right now. There's no time, so I live my life right now. Ndi water idaga there. I talk me me tai daga do. Fight for me mo water idaga do. Man busy aba water idaga do. Usuka to water idaga do. Usuka no friend yo water idaga do. Ibaudo. Come young nanga. Adama wam for the blood tai daga do. Yeah.
Skip back on the mix.
Hello. Welcome back on this show. Masenguru ya inte pontintum. Ide miese ba ododoa. Ngari so yen bakara. Ani eben bakara.
Yes, so
Abadi.
Idioko.
Good. I just wanted to confirm that you are from Akwa Ibom because it's so romantic.
No, ta bogoti be yene Akwa Ibom. Nti correct bene. Ayene na nkendo.
Akude anyeke buru wogo ndi komi ironji.
Aja kampoti ele.
Akude. Iyoko.
Yagi makibono.
Oh, emakibono de. Abi, ese borontoro. Okay, welcome on the program, Enyebet Francis. And thank you, viewers, for staying with us and listening to us as well. And this is the second guest that we are having. We are still talking about Nollywood in Nigeria, but this one will right from the Akwa Ibom state. Because
Okay.
I just came to know about you not quite long. I never knew somebody like you from our states. And then I first said adult movie though. It's really, really good. Okay. The neighbor has already said he's from Ikorobong in Ikorekpene local government area of Akwa Ibom State. She attended University of Calabar. I'm just gonna skip a little thing so that not to take much of her time. She's so passionate about entertainment, humanitarian services, community building, and youth empowerment. Wow, which is what I'm really interested to hear about today. This Elizabeth Francis has featured in so many movie in the movie industry, like Flash, like Hush, Hotel Majestic, Daddy's Girl, Newham Street, and if you want more, just go there and search for all our movies, and then or you can let me know, text me, so that I'll be able to tell you or I'll ask her where you can get a lot of movie so they can watch it and be blessed. And then we need to support what we have. That is just that. We need to support we need to encourage what we have. If we don't support what we have, who's going to support us? Nobody. So that's why you need to stand up and then support this lady. And then let's appreciate what she's been doing, because she's doing a nice, very good job. Okay, let me start with you. We had Mr. Bassey Okon on the program. That was our first guest, and then you are the second one. And then, for what I know, you study quite different things. So what makes you go into acting?
I'm working so hard to hear you. I think the network is a bit messy. You said if you want to still talk about acting.
No, I'm asking you, what makes you go into acting?
Okay, it's passion. I'm an actor by default. I grew up loving the art. I grew up watching the likes of Liz Benson, who was flying the Akwa Ibom flag so high in Nollywood, and then I developed a very strong passion for the art. And then that was all I wanted to do when I grew up. It makes me happy. I find fulfillment in acting. It's one thing I can do and forget I've not eaten for a whole day.
Oh, wow. So
I have a strong passion for it.
So at what age did you say you grown up? At what age?
Oh well, I started acting when I was 6 in church. So we had a church group that they used to come and play somebody's child. And then they just carry you and say, sit like this, don't move. Your mother is just there. You barely know what they're doing, but you know that you're acting drama in church. Then I grew up acting in church. Then in my second school, I was in the drama group. And then I used to act in French, because we used to have this National Association of French Teachers and Students. So we used to act in French. We traveled to Benin to represent Akwa Ibom, where he acted in English as well. And then the passion kept growing from there. Then I had my first movie break.
So how do you describe your acting style?
Please, can you say that again?
How do you describe your acting styles?
How do I do what your network?
Describe your acting style. Like some people will say,
whoa.
"Oh, I like to act naughty boy and all this stuff." So your own, how do you describe your own acting style? Is it different from other people? What is it that you've done that make you unique?
Oh, well, okay. I just know that acting is what if. What if I am found in this situation? Acting is just your ability to find the soul of the character you're playing. And so for me, naturally, I believe my acting is just natural, like trying to make a situation look real, even when you're acting it. So my acting style is just very natural. It's not forced. It's not a slapstick approach. I'm just acting. I just try to make sure that I create the moment, just like my script says.
I mean, do you get scripts like maybe in 1 week or 2 weeks before you go on set, or you just get it and then just ask you to just jump on?
This is Nigeria. Sometimes when I lived in Lagos, you just wake up to a phone call asking you, can you be on set by 10 in the morning? And then you have to pack your things, boom, and find the next actor that can take you there. So you really have that time. You say, oh, you're using 1 week to look to study this character. But sometimes you might get a script for 2 weeks to study. So sometimes you just have barely 3 hours to get into character. So it depends on the director, it depends on the situation. Maybe they just need someone immediately and then you come to their mind. So sometimes you can have just 3 hours of character to play a character. Sometimes you might have 1 week, 2 weeks. Because that is Nigeria for you. You know, we love the fire brigade approach.
Will you say you are progressing in your acting career at the moment?
Will I say I'm doing what?
Would you say you are progressing in your acting career at the moment?
Of course, when you get into a field like mine, you know that you are aiming for the awards. You're aiming for the AMVCS. You're aiming for the awards everywhere. So, of course, you have to have that at the back of your mind. And that is progress, getting better, climbing the ladder, becoming an A-list actor. It's definitely in the plan. And we're working towards it every day. Practice, read, watch, research.
Okay, like if you are asked, in what area do you think, as an actress, that you would like to improve?
Character development. You know, a lot of persons think acting is all about hand movement, neck movement, rolling of the eyes. It's beyond that. First and foremost, most actors do not know how to find the soul of the character they are playing. You're called to play. You are a sophisticated person that lives in Lekki. Then you're asked to play a street girl that lives in Ojuelegba. Those are two different characters. Two different characters. You have to be able to find the soul of an Ojuelegba girl that is not that has grown up with thugs, that has grown up with street boys harassing her. She has developed a thick skin. She has learned a very crude way of survival. And then you have to find the soul of this character. How does she talk? How does she respond to a simple hello from a guy? You know, so you guys in the posh area, I'm like, hey, hey. But a ghetto girl would not do hi with you. Be like, waiting, you get. So you need to find how such a person talks, how the person reacts to issues, her exclamation, her facial reaction, even her accent. You know, so you have to study your character and develop it. And then another aspect of it is line delivery. People just talk. In acting, you just don't talk. You just must learn how to deliver lines because there are rules in delivering lines. There are times you need pauses. There are times you need to apply timbre. You need to the pace. Everything is there. So these two things, character development and line rendition, you know, it's very key. It's primary in acting that actors should always try to understand.
Yeah, I know in the movie industry there's a lot of challenges, especially with ladies, you know. So, sexual harassment, all that, I believe you know what I'm talking about. So, have you
Sure, I do.
experienced any of those?
If I've experienced any of those.
Yeah.
You know, when you are a girl, you experience sexual harassment every day of your life. So whether you're an actor, you're a banker, you are a model, even in church, people are being harassed by pastors. So yes, I get harassed every day of my life, not just in my field of endeavor. So
I like your response. You really you really deliver.
but it's the truth. So it's the truth. As far as you're a woman, you're going to be harassed sexually. Whether you're an actor, models, bankers, even in the political scene. You know, so it's not just about my career. I get harassed everywhere, workspace, on the streets, business discussion. So of course, I've experienced that
Okay.
before
Let,
and several.
let's move away from your acting career and let's talk about, because I can see that you are into humanitarian services as well. So how do you
Yes.
combine both?
It's quite easy because primarily these are things I'm very passionate about. And then being an actor gives me the fame I use for my humanitarian service. I have a name, I have a brand, and then it makes it easy for me to launch a project and people give it, attention. People accept it. People identify with it because, oh, it's an Ever Francis. The name rings a bell, and that's the good part of my job, that I have a name, I have a brand, and my acting career gives me. Then I use that brand, I leverage on that brand to carry out my humanitarian job. So it's very easy to combine both. And most times I use my films to launch any project that has a human face.
Okay, when you talk about humanitarian services, because I know a lot of people, a lot of artists, not even from Akwa Ibom, that they just only channel everything to motherless baby home. So I don't know if you are
No,
into
I
that field
really
as well.
no, actually, I know, because that's the issue. Sometimes people do things because they trend. And then what I do with my humanitarian services, I try to look at areas that people are not paying attention to, that nobody's talking about. And that's why my first project was a campaign tagged Every Second Counts Nigeria. That project was speaking for accident victims, victims of emergencies. Like, you have an accident, and the next thing someone thinks of is taking picture of you on the floor, groaning for help, and post on social media. Our people are just around there discussing how the accident happened, looking for who to blame, and nobody is thinking of how to get help for you, how to get you to the hospital. And the few people who would have loved to help you are scared of police. Oh, what if this guy, when I go, they'll arrest me? Or they just don't know what to do. So that was the first thing I did. That was the first project I ever launched. And then I started that campaign to talk about it, and I was advocating for a rapid and effective response for accident victims and other hazards. And if you can think, nobody has done that before, even if maybe they do mention it once in a while passively, but I took that up as a campaign because I knew there was need for us to start saving lives. Because most of the people that die at accident scenes died because of delayed response. And so I have nothing against motherless baby homes. Everybody's doing that. Everybody have the AIDS, you know. So I'm like, okay, there are other issues that nobody's talking about, and I focus my energy into that. And that's why I also launched my new project, which is Bright Not Commodity campaign. And that campaign is for the girl child. We have some families have made the girl child look like a commodity for that is up for sale
But there's,
for the highest bidder.
I've heard
It's
a lot
no
of people
longer.
when people talk about this girl child issue. I have so many people talking about this girl child everything. There's someone that come on my program some weeks ago talk about African, is it child or something. I heard about girls academic. There's everybody's going about girl child issue. It's like a form of a uniform in a Bible. That what everybody just channel to.
No, it's not. It's not a uniform. Because it's a pressing issue. The girl child is constantly at war with her society. So it seems like there's a deliberate attempt, to abuse the girl child, and there are different forms of abuse of the girl child. You have the disenfranchisement where a girl child is not allowed to go to school. You have the female genital mutilation. You have the child bride, and now you have girl child being given out to marriage to men who can afford the marriage list, not men they are in love with. So now the girl child is a commodity for the family to enrich themselves with. So at this point, the well-being of the girl child is no longer important. The happiness of the girl child in a marriage is no longer important. What is important to the family is, oh, can the husband give us Lister generator? Can the husband roof the house for us? How many bottles or crates of drinks can the husband bring? And so now the girl child is no longer a girl that should be given out as a bride to the man she loves and wants to spend the rest of her life with. She's now seen as a means of escape from poverty.
Okay, that's about this Allah Foundation. Is it?
What did you say?
Like you have so many foundations, so many projects. There's another one, Conscience Alive Foundation. So what was that one about?
Yes, that's my foundation, Conscience Alive Foundation. What we do with the foundation basically is to advocate for a right over wrong attitude.
And is it every
That's what
Nigerian
we
or
do.
every
So whenever,
Akwa
anytime, what did you say?
Is it to everybody, or is it has to do with a particular um, age, some range or something? Like you just talk about child,
I can barely
child
hear
or
you.
something. What I'm asking.
No, my foundation is about the girl child.
Okay. So I want you to tell us about this Conscience Alive
My
Foundation. Yes.
That's what I'm saying. Conscience Alive Foundation is my foundation that I founded to use them for my humanitarian services. And so it is not about the girl child. It's just a foundation that is advocating for a better society. And so what we preach is a right attitude. So we look at our society, any trend, any wrong, any societal ill that has become a norm, that people have adopted it and make it look like it's a normal thing. We speak up against it. Like our first was the accident scene thing. It was becoming a trend that people would just go to an accident scene with the sole aim of taking pictures and posting on social media while someone is in need of help and is dying. While some people actually use their phones and make a video of people burning inside a car. It's lack of humanity becoming a norm. So is I speaking up against it? No. Help, don't snap. Get help. Don't break news. Someone needs if your family member has an accident, you will not take pictures of the person. You will look for how to save that person. Am I communicating? But at a point, the advent of smartphones and social media made it look like it was a very normal thing to see an accident victim on the floor with losing blood, gasping for breath, and then you just remove your phone and take pictures and make video and post on social media. So the foundation is not just a girl child thing. We pick project as it appeals to us. So now we are talking about exorbitant marriage list. Now you have marriage list that you're asking someone to pay to buy a lister generator. You're asking to pay 500,000 for dowry. And then this act is making women to lose their suitors because some guys are just very impatient. You tell a guy to bring his life saving of 3 million, 2 million just for marriage rights, he leaves your child. At the end of the day, is the girl child that is suffering because you are now left with the option of marrying someone that can afford the least. And it doesn't sound like it's a norm. It's actually an abuse of tradition, and it has become a catalyst for societal ills. It has fueled a lot of vices in our society. We're having baby mamas on the increase. The young people are now resorting to cohabitation because, okay, if your families don't want us to marry, oh yeah, let's go and live together. And then you are now having a lot of infidelity issues in families because the woman now is married to a man that could pay for her bride price, but her heart is with someone else. And then probably she start denying the husband of sex. The man has to find an option. So you have cases of broken home. When you trace this thing, you understand that the problem started at the point of marriage rights. And so we felt that this is not good for our society. If this thing is actually fueling a lot of vices, we should speak up against it. So what we do at Conscience Alive Foundation is to look out for ills that has been accepted as norms in our society and campaign against them. So this is our second project. The third could be something else. Maybe it could be a project for the boy child now, not the girl child.
Okay. So what about this? Another one is Orange Film Boot Camp. Did you train the oncoming stars or whatever they call themselves?
Can you come again?
I said there's another project because it's just like I've got a load of projects you are handling at the moment.
Yes,
I don't know how you cope with that. So it's like
my friend says that I am as busy as a bee. I can't, when you live in this part of the world, you will notice that there are lots of issues that needs to be addressed. And so in your little way, you try to come up with ideas, then hoping that maybe someone can come and adopt the project. That's why most of my projects, I don't put my name on it. You won't find any of my project has my name. Even my foundation does not have my name because I don't want to make it my thing. Do you get? I want someone people can that people can come on the project and even take it as theirs and run it. So the Orange Film Bootcamp is a platform I use to train Akwa Ibom youths who are interested in filmmaking, but they cannot afford to pay for education. They cannot afford to get trained formally in film schools. They cannot relocate to Lagos. So I decided to create that platform where they can come and learn for free. So what I do every year, I bring people from Lagos. I bring the best hands. I've brought Shegun Arinze, Kabat. I bring award-winning filmmakers to train my people for free. And so, so far we've done it twice. And every year we try to make a film from bootcamp using the students that we train to give them that field experience. Because my dream is that I want Akwa Ibom to be the next movie hub. And I want to bring back the glory. Because if you look at the early days of Nollywood, Akwa Ibom people made it happen. The likes of Liz Benson, Regina Askia, Obey took, Obote took, so many of them. Even people behind the scene, even till today, there are people that are making films in Nollywood who are from Akwa Ibom, the likes of Imo Omori, Mimi Storm, Uniedo, Nsi Kwetem. You know, we have a lot of people there. So there's something about Akwa Ibom people when they have the platform. So what I do at the back at Orange Film Bootcamp is to give my people, the young generation, the younger generation, an opportunity to learn and prepare themselves for that opportunity, for that platform to come. So that's what I do at the bootcamp. So that's when he said I do humanitarian service. That's part of it because they don't pay a dime to get trained.
But do you have a sponsor for this? Because you don't just bring Shegun Arinze from all the way from Lagos to Akwa Ibom just for free. You want him to?
No, I don't have sponsor for my project. What I do is I work, save the money I want, and then I speak to my family and friends. I'm like, can you guys come assist me? What can you do for me? Can you support this? Can you support that? So I don't have a major sponsor, but I keep pushing because hoping that someday I'll make enough money to keep running my project like the Tony Lumalu Foundation, and maybe I will attract partners who would see what I'm doing.
I know we have entertainment, whatever, because I'm not really familiar with the posts they're having in Nigeria or in Nigeria as a whole. Office of that office is this and that. I know there's this guy, Ndito Akwa Ibom, I think he was an essay to governor on the entertainment. And then with that thing, he'll also.
I think you need to say that again because I can barely hear what.
Pardon?
I said, please, can you say that? I can barely hear you.
Okay. What I'm saying is that I think I know, like Ndito Akwa Ibom, Akedo, essay to governor on entertainment, you know. So this
okay.
And I think that office said okay relates to Office of Ministry of Culture and Tourism, which I believe that what you say you're doing is maybe add a little bit or is related to that as well. So I mean, have you by any chance approached them with what you're having? With your idea, because these are the things they're supposed to support.
Wow.
If you are going to all this and then bring people from, I know Shegun Arinze now, I mean, all the way from Lagos to come and train these people free of charge with your money, because you wouldn't expect him to pay a flight ticket with his money and come there. So you fund for it. So have you approached any governments regarding this at all? Or they don't even know about you?
I'm sorry, I can't hear a thing. The network is really messy. So you really have to, sorry, maybe say that again so I can try getting you. I didn't hear a thing.
Okay, what I'm saying is that, do you have a sponsor? You said no, and then I said, okay, like I know Ndito Akwa Ibom to former essay to governor on entertainment, And then I believe that office in Gebadoma are linked to Ministry of Culture and Tourism, which I believe that is always also have something to do with what you are doing, because now you'll be trying to showcase Akwa Ibom. So have you approached them with this your ideas and the program you are doing?
Okay, thank you. Ndito Akwa Ibom has been very supportive. But you know, when you have a project that runs into millions and then the office can't really it can't do something for you as an ace, money is coming to my office as an because you're my friend. So that's the kind of help I talk about. So I go out to people, but not like the office of Ndito Akwa Ibom or the office of ASA to the governor in Cement supported me or finance or funded my project. So I did reach out to them, and then like they loved what I do and wish they could help, but not really, nothing really serious came up from those ends.
Wow. Because I think what you are doing is you are doing a fantastic job. I mean, in Akwa Ibom trying to
Thank
give
you.
hope to those who don't have hope. You know, in Akwa Ibom State, training all these people. I think I heard about you some time ago. Was it last year? But I wasn't really clear of what the person was really, the picture the person was giving me about what you were doing. And then it's very amazing. I mean, I just have to say thank you for what you've done. And then you're doing so much. So and I can see you have another one
Thank
again
you.
called U40.
Yes. U40 Ifpreneurs. Yes, it's a platform for women empowerment. I want to raise a generation of women who are enterprising. You know, sometimes most girls wait till they are married before they start thinking of owning businesses, because that is when reality sets in. A lot of them grow up with the dream of the Cinderella dream of marrying a prince charming, getting married to a politician, but it's not always like that. Sometimes you have to get married to a man you have to build your home with. And then when you get married, 1 year into the marriage, you realize that you had nothing to fall back on. So they now start struggling to build a business. So you're now coping with motherhood, being a wife, and trying to build a business. But you know, at that point, you can't really give your business your time, all your time, because it's now divided. So, but I encourage young women to start business at the very end, like when they are okay, when you can understand that there's buying and selling. So what I do with the platform is to harvest people that have business or business ideas and give them a token to either start their business, you know, or to upgrade their business. And then we try to share knowledge, try to share market, try to advertise their products for them, because I have quite a large fan base on social media. So I help them to advertise their products for free, their services for free. And then we encourage them to just keep pushing. They should not wait until they are 40. I mean, we have the likes of Linda Ikeji, who was a millionaire before she got to be she's not even up to 40, I guess. And several other people, women who have made money before they are 40. So why can't we start raising that kind of consciousness in our Akwa Ibom state? Because basically now Akwa Ibom is a civil service state and politics, you know. So that's the essence of U40 Ifpreneur. We're harvesting under 40 women, young women in business, try to support them with financial empowerment and try to help them grow their business. As a matter of fact, this December we are having the first ever only female trade fair in Akwa Ibom State. So you come to a trade fair that only women are exhibiting. You're going to have all kinds of products produced in Akwa Ibom, cosmetics, skincare products, and all of that. So that's what I'm doing with the U40 for now.
Wow, that's interesting. It's very, I didn't know you were this
Thank you.
much. I'm really surprised. Anyway, after the program, we really need to talk more, you know, so that you
Okay.
get to understand some things. I still need to ask you some personal things anyway. So after the program, we'll talk more. And before you go, I know you're really busy. And
Thank you.
is there anything that you want to let people know about you and what you're doing
Okay,
as
what I
well?
want to let people know about me personal.
Not personal. I mean, what you doing? We are interested in what you are doing. Unless you want to tell us
I
personal
love
about
to talk
yourself.
about I love to talk about Akwa Ibom because I so much believe in the Akwa Ibom project. I come from a state of great people, great minds. I believe we have all it takes. We have all it takes to become a leading economy in Nigeria. We have the sea, we have a seaport that is in the pipeline. We have the waterways. Let me not do. We have the
No,
waterways that we can
don't.
use,
When you are going to a
to
different
build.
angle right now, you're talking about seaport. So,
I'm not,
is the
that's what I'm
seaport
saying.
working at the moment?
So let me say we have I'm trying to talk about our resources. So forget the
All right.
seaport. That's why I said we have the waterways. You get, I'm not talking seaport. We have the waterways. And then we have resources, human capacity. We have the raffia, our raffia. We have intellectually driven persons. So my what I'm telling our people, the world is Akwa Ibom is blessed with everything. And so just start looking at Akwa Ibom as the next big thing. Because if we start harnessing our potentials, if we start supporting our people, we can build a state that will be an enviable state. So my point is let's start looking at home and see what we can do to help the next generation grow. Because some of them already have shown prospect. What they need is that support. What they need is that hand holding. What they need is that ladder, someone to drop a ladder for them, to make it easy for them. And that's why I am in Akwa Ibom. I relocated to Lagos sometime in 2013. And then I had a lot of people who were coming to Lagos to make films, to act movies. And some of them did not even have a house to stay. Some stay in hotels. And I'm like, what is stopping us from building an industry in Akwa Ibom State? So that's what inspired the Orange Film Bootcamp. So my point is, our people, Akwa Ibom is blessed. Whatever we can to make Akwa Ibom a better place, please, let's not hesitate. There are lots of talent everywhere, lots of ideas on the street, looking for people to believe in them. We talk about the Silicon Valley, that the investors wait for ideas at the Silicon Valley to invest in. So I'm here requesting and appealing to every Akwa Ibom person that believes in the Akwa Ibom dream to please start looking back at home. Let's see what we can do to help the young people actualize their dreams, to help them rise to the top of their field of endeavor, please.
All right. Thank you so much, Anebe Francis. It's really nice having you on the show today. And then I believe that a lot of people are listening to you. And then if you are out there, you are listening or you are watching, you say this is something you need to support. This is something you need to stretch your hand, to support this young lady who embarking on this joining. It's only community. Look at it. She's starting from somewhere, so she needs a ladder to climb. I mean, one thing I really I'm happy about is say I'm not doing this charity on my name. I'm doing it so that even tomorrow somebody else can take it and run it. No, I mean, she's not talking about herself. She's talking about how to help people. This is what drives me really, really far away. Because I appreciate things like people that does things like this. Anyway, so if you are there, you are listening to me. If now or even later, that's why I like Facebook. You can go back and listen all over again and again. Make sure you try and see how you can get in touch with her. Even if you're a government official, whatever. I'm talking about people like us who live in abroad. That's £1, £2, or $1 or €1 you think is very small. You can go a long way in Akwa Ibom, by supporting what this young lady is doing. I mean, it's really moving. And I want to say really thank you, Enebet, for coming on the program. So I wish we follow you up
Thank
and
you
see
for
how you're
having
going.
me.
I wish you all the best.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. I really had a good time talking to you. And thank you for what you're doing. This is really commendable. I mean, having your people come online like this to talk to people, even in diaspora, is a fantastic idea. Keep the fire burning. I pray for more grace for
Oh,
you.
thank you so much. I wish one day you come to London, then you'll sit with me right here in the studio so that we can do it like that, live.
Yes, young pampe, get my young deed. Oh, winning. If you don't, yeah.
Down, boogie the mood of Cosiba. Down, boogie the mood of Cosiba. Down, boogie the mood of Cosiba. Mood of Cosiba. Down, boogie the mood of Cosiba. Say sound, boogie the mood of Cosiba. Say sound, boogie the mood of Cosiba. Say so Cosiba. Say so Cosiba. Say so.
Iweren tete be, ide me dumbo saka yege. Bakama kwe beberen tega man wan dogo saka wede. Mfere feren keren sepe bobin bako fere teke. Haten saison, unang haten saison. Usam togi dem usagi wude te kangkang. Ngu budwa byo itwa banga, e wenye me te pam pam. Nye mi tiendan san san, ngu fang dong san san. Haten saison, idwak haten saison. Sini so kisong, sio top sim ki panya. Papam baku temegi kere ke jene dama se kafo. Ngu budwa iwodo boge bogo, dama bide se kama digilong. Haten saison, ifi haten saison. Abi kauke, abi namso. Boge tena wango boge dau se boge dim pamfo. Awe kamfo, o memme bin kamfo. Dan bi kaison, ataka na won saison.
Down, boogie the mood of Cosiba. Down, boogie the mood of Cosiba. Down, boogie the mood of Cosiba.
Oh, yeah, but it's you now.
Mood of Cosiba. Down, boogie the mood of Cosiba. Say sound, boogie the mood of Cosiba. Say sound, boogie the mood of Cosiba. Say so Cosiba. Say so Cosiba.
And I want sun ubeng ukange. Semutu mutu botai kembeng ukange. Ikwang kubogodo anye kesedo. Tongo miketeko anye kebredo. Anye kwedo akebo kikedo. Hanam duten biang idenda kama biori kedo. Akodo madwa gina miko inwa buke yagaduduedo. Senyi ngabasi ekwe mamadu koro brombogo yedo. Siedo kuyak nkonde kedo no kekoro dwefa. Bong fan bong fok bong mune fage na mutu mutangotang. Kaiso tangi komfu kuba awen kwe komfu. Yogi na mekidu bongfu hebonga kame yemi duamfu. Man sensun nom para waise kame jodi. Igwa wontugo yine se demo ibane visibode. Asin no taine mesep kemi nkwodo. Siliyon sikan polino sukunu rwa kwede me yem poli.
Down, boogie the mood of Cosiba. Down, boogie the mood of Cosiba. Down, boogie the mood of Cosiba. Mood of Cosiba. Mood of Cosiba. Down, boogie the mood of Cosiba. Say sound, boogie the mood of Cosiba. Say sound, boogie the mood of Cosiba. Say so Cosiba. Say so Cosiba. Say sound, boogie the mood of Cosiba. Down, boogie the mood of Cosiba. Down, boogie the mood of Cosiba. Hey, mood of Cosiba. Hey, mood of Cosiba. Down, boogie the mood of Cosiba. Say sound, boogie the mood of Cosiba. Say sound, boogie the mood of Cosiba. Say so Cosiba. Say so Cosiba. Say so.
I win yena yada. Never gin wa bit pure water give a flow. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Tondada, in tondada, bin tondada, in tondada, bin tondada, tondada, bin tondada, usan tondada, bin tondada, etu kan tondada, bin tondada, 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 bin tondada, tondada. To see where you get, 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 where you get, where you get,
That one, okay, the mood of Cosiba. Okay, that was Anibet Francis. A very nice, beautiful woman. Ndoko. Yeah. Anyway, me, I have a good time today. I don't know about you. I believe you have a good time as well. And then before we go, we will not stop saying a big thank you to Tommyville Hotel, who have been very supportive, and this is fantastic. I want to say a very big thank you to the managing director of that Stormyville Hotel. He has been so good to us. He has been so there. He's always there for us. So for us to conduct this interview successfully is a great thing. So I want to say thank you so much. And I want to say, if you are living in abroad and you want to go to Akwa Ibom, that's the best place for you to stay. You know, they can pick you up at the airport. There's 24-hour security there, and then they just let them know. If you can just send me a text, look at the phone number on the screen. They just WhatsApp me that you're going. They might got a discount. You never know. They can pick you up at the airport, take you straight to the hotel, make you feel comfortable. There's a lot of food there, fresh cooked food. I'm telling you, I know what I'm telling you. I've experienced it, so I know exactly what I'm telling you. Don't ask me when, because I'm not going to tell you. So make your way there if you're not Akwa Ibom. I don't think they have pay as you go. You know what I mean by pay as you go. Okay, I want to say thank you so much for watching me today and listening to us. And I want to say a big thank you for those two wonderful guests that we had today earlier on the show. And thank you. And then join me again next Sunday, the same time. We believe you're going to get someone very interesting again next time to come. Before we used to let people know who is coming and all that. We don't do it no more. Okay, we're just trying to arrange things. And then we're going to get into that. But next Sunday, or before then, we start doing that. So everything is getting back into shape. So, like I said, Ndito Akwa Ibom program is here to stay. So whether you like it or not, we are here to stay. And we are staying. Okay? So all you need to do is to stay with us. And then join us every time. We are here. And because I'm here because of you are watching me. You know? So, that's all. I'm your friend, you my friend. So we are all Ndito Akwa Ibom, so there's no way, no going back. We are here to stay, and we are staying. We are expanding. We are expanding. Now we are in New York. Very soon we'll be in other countries, you know. Yes, that's little by little. We are getting there. Anyway, thank you so much for being with us today. And yes, color me orange. Oh. You say orange no good. Well. Misto say that person is a winch, but I said that person doesn't know what he or she is missing. So thank you, and join me again next Sunday, and at the same time, the same station, the same Facebook page, and then enjoy yourself.
As you did nod your head to the beat, Akwa Ibom don't take over. PJ says so.
My name na feelings. Akwa Ibom na my mama land. I hear everything where they hear you find. Afang soup where they for ya different from the rest. For education tori na a guide they be the first. Now one of service say orange is sweet, yeah. Epa kuko where they hear is sweet, yo. Akwa Bassey Ibom State, na my home, na my pride. I go love you till I die. Nya go, nya neck, nya we. Ufan color me yo. Orange is my color. There's greatness in the nature. Ufan color me yo. Yebo brege memo. Ya ikono gitai don kikwam. Ya fundi Ndito Akwa Ibom me kobi ne mesido. Mbube yini kale to yire mbube o. Solo to tele wo Africa. We don't dey spend in dollars so. As we dey sing money dey enter la la. Koko, follow me yo.
Have you ever wonder why people always come? Have you ever wonder why Akwa Ibom is so sweet? Have you ever wonder why football they play for year like fire? My brother color me orange. Yeah. Listen to me sing. If you spell it A-K-W-A-I-B-O-M. The boy in Akwa Ibom State to be this year, brother. That color me orange. Yeah. And no sokorom feel.
When I come, I call you. Oya color me, orange is my color. There's greatness in the nature. If I color me, you. Oya color me, if I color me, you. Orange is my color. There's greatness in the nature. If I color me, you.
Sabika Jackson, give a baby, young see you. And who for the other and the better going. Because I will get it one bazaar. My boy said it going to miss it. If you like my style, if you love Ibom State, make you dance, make you rock, make you wind your waist. In our style, color me,
Ice King #1. Music number bullion band. America, the story. Bassey, I give you all the glory. But we don't need Akwa Ibom. So I don't know. And you won't be going to Akwa Ibom. See, Dakaro. Who can get it?
I be they do like you know. Akwa Ibom with the best, yeah. No. When it comes to love, women, food and culture, Akwa Ibom they on top, yo. You the brothers, now we be the VIP. Akwa Ibom people, we get the ability. From zero to hero, now our identity.
Oya kanga kaniko. If I color me, you. Oya color me, orange is my color. There's greatness in the nature. If I color me, you. If I color me, you. Orange is my color. There's greatness in the nature. If I color me, you.
Anytime I look my left and right, yeah. You make me want to shout, lo. How you blessed us like this, yeah. Akwa Ibom, Daddy Akwa salute you, oh. But my God, He bless us, He bless. Our future is bright, yeah, He bright. God Father is grateful, oh. Baba, follow me orange, yeah. Yes, Mama, now you them send. If you said it's orange, it's sour. You be winch, yo. Now, orange na positivity. Creativity, na just be a quiet for we honesty. On you go get a trillion begin now. What about you got the good one, yo? Oh, about the man say you
Color me, you. Oya color me, orange is my color. There's greatness in the nature. Color me,
I don't hear and finish. Waiting go be. Akwa Ibom to the world. Taking over. Legendary DJ PJ.
I hear mix.
As you dey nod your head to the beat, Akwa Ibom don't take over.